Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel because in this episode I'm going to make some 10-minute tongs. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this episode I'm going to turn from blacksmith to hacksmith. That's right, I'm going to give you the hack on how you can make yourself a set of tongs in 10 minutes with 2 tools. I realise a lot of people have a lot of problems making their first set of tongs. Now, I've invented the Collins tong, but you might think that's a bit too weird. I'm not making those things. That doesn't matter because this is a very simple, very easy way to make a European style tong for the first time without failure. Now, all you need to make these tongs is 2 pieces of reinforcing bar. Reinforcing bar. I cannot stand this stuff, but I know that a lot of people get it for free, and that's why you use it. This is 14mm or 9/16. It's 400mm long, which is 16 inches. I'm going to be using 2 of those, obviously, 1 for each side, and a little bit of 10mm, that's 3/8 round, 2 inches long, 50mm, black mold steel round bar for the pivot pin. Now, I've got a special guest with me today at the forge, all the way from Japan. His name, Mr. Makita. Domo arigato, Mr. Makita, thanks for coming. He's sporting the latest in brand new 10mm drill bits. He's going to be drilling the hole for me. You'll see him later. Now, without further ado, let's gallop over to that smithy at top speed. We've got 10 minutes to make a set of tongs. Awesome! Okay, my fabulous forging friends, here's my first hack. Put both of those pieces of metal in the fire at the same time. That's economy of scale, that's economy of fuel. All right. Okay, we've got our metal hot. This is the second part of the hack. What we're going to do now, get that metal on the anvil and we're going to start thrashing away at it for about 3 inches to make the hinge plate. That's going to be about maybe an inch, inch and a half back from the end of the bar. No finesse, no style, no setbacks, no complex angles. You're just going to thrash it with your hammer like an absolute lunatic. Don't go any thinner than 8mm or 7/16 of an inch and you'll be golden. I'll show you how to do that now. All right. Okay, my metal mangling mates, you saw what I just did there? I smashed that boss flat. I kept flipping it over to keep that bash down bit central to the middle of the bar. That's the boss made. It took about 30 seconds. Did I say this was going to be easy? Okay, let's get on to making the jaw. There you go, gas burners. We've just made ourselves a jaw. Nothing flash, nothing fancy. We're 2 heats and about 1 minute into this build, and we've just thrashed that jaw flat. Kept it roughly in the centre, that's all you need. These things may be uglier than the north end of a southbound pig, but they are going to work. They're going to work for you as good as they work for me. All we got to do now is make it into a Z shape. World War Z. Let's get started. Okay, there you go, Z shape, but very, very simple. All I've got to do now, get his twin brother, drill 2 holes, put a pin in it, we got ourselves a set of tongs. That's what I'm talking about. I've just put my tongs into Jack the Gripper, that's my leg vise. Went at it with Mr. Makita, that's my special guest today, with his 3 little mates, Huey, Louie and Dewey. We drilled 3 progressive holes up to 10mm. I can now put my little piece of rivet stock through those holes, get them hot, rivet my tongs together. Let's go. Okay guys and gals, that's our rivet done. Now, I just want to quickly mention that when I started doing that, I set that rivet cold. Now there's a good reason why I did that. I did it because if you don't have any tongs or no other means to hold that rivet in the fire and get it hot and get it out and put it into your tong bosses there, you're just not going to be able to do that. So when you put that pin in through those tongs, it's a little bit loose. If you put that in the fire and just start cranking away at it, that pin can drop out. It quite often does drop out, and then you can't get it back out of the fire if you don't have any tongs. Really frustrating. That's why I set it cold. I get it into the appropriate position, give it 3 sharp whacks with my hammer. That rivet is now stuck there. It's not going to move anywhere. You put it in the fire, it will come out in the perfect position. That's my little hack for you on riveting. Now I've set it hot, it's good to go. The last thing I have to do now is simply adjust my reins. I like to adjust the reins first to about that wide apart, which is a good hand grip for me. And then once that's set, I'll then set the jaws, get the jaws to where I want them. I'll have them about maybe, I don't know, whatever, ½ inch apart, something like that, so I can grab something with it. That's what I'm going to do now. Let's get stuck in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. That's the end of that forging now. What I've made is a set of 10-minute fugly tongs out of rebar. Nothing special, nothing fancy. They will grip the work like a tick. You just saw me then forging a railway dog spike. I was given that a fair walloping. These things had a rock solid grip on that. Even though one of the jaws is slightly longer than the other. It doesn't matter if they're mismatched, who cares? If I was precious about it, I could just cut it off and grind it. I don't care. These are very utilitarian. They're very simple to make. They're very quick to make. I've just made them in 10 minutes. And if you're struggling to make a set of tongs, but you think the Collins type tong that I invented's a bit too far out there for you, and you really want to make the European style, you can start with these. There's no fancy angles, there's no set downs, there's no hammer on, half off blows or any of that other rubbish. It's in the middle of the anvil, you smash away at it like a maniac, flatten one side, flatten that side, drill a hole, stick a rivet in it, and off you go. So there you go, folks. I hope that's been helpful to somebody out there. And until the next time my video comes along, where maybe I'll make some really good tongs, who knows. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you later. Bloody hate rebar.